I'm Erica Roffe and I'm here at Bedford Esquires as part of Independent Venue Week, and I'm here with Tim Burgess of the Charlatans, who's here performing tonight. So Tim, we're so pleased that you've come back to Bedford.
Thanks a lot, yeah, good to be here.
I wanted to find out firstly what Independent Venue Week means to you.
Well, I guess it's supporting local venues really, venues that you'd see your favourite band, and all the big bands have played smaller venues in the past, and
kind of essential, isn't it, for the breeding ground for bands to come through?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like a place like this, I'm sure everyone's played it, and other young bands or aspiring bands want to come and see other bands and sort of like get tips or learn how it's done or something like that, and then there's the community aspect of it as well.
Yeah, it really does, and it puts a town on the map. I think it gives people a pride in the town when they can see people like you and other names that they've heard of, or perhaps people that they've heard on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, I used to look at magazines and sort of like fantasise about going to these places, like Bath Moles and places like that,
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes it an aspirational place for people to come to, and also bands to play at as well, I guess.
Yeah. So it's 2 bands tonight, but there's been 3 bands most nights. The Silverfield, Average Sex, and me. And it's we're all in a van and we're all sharing the same dressing room, and it's very communal, and there's a lot of love in the air.
And so you've played stadiums and you've played small venues like this. Is there one that you prefer, or is that hard to compare?
It's hard to compare. And so the answer is no, but I like all of it, and they all kind of switch on something in a different part of my brain, really.
Is there more of a connection when you're playing a small venue with the crowd? Do you feel a more
it can be.
immediate
Yeah, it can be. It's definitely more immediate. Playing with Charlatans did some arenas at the end of last year, and it takes a few songs before you can actually sort of feel like you are connecting with people. Whereas it's a lot more instant. But I like it all.
Yeah, and you've got a huge back catalogue. And I think the beauty of the Charlatans and of the solo stuff you do as well is it's constantly evolving. And although obviously when you play old Charlatan stuff, there's a portion of the crowd who go really nuts.
Yeah, of course.
But there's I think the more recent stuff that you've released as well has been really fresh.
Yeah, thanks.
And sound, and it's kind of it takes the fan on a journey as well, where they feel like you're keeping things up to date and not just trading on your previous success.
Yeah, that is important. Obviously, we have a kind of a style, and live we have songs that people really hope that we play.
Yeah.
But the new songs help to keep the older stuff relevant and kind of and fresh, and I don't know, sometimes if you're watching a film by your favourite film director, you just wait for that moment where everything makes sense again, you know what I mean? And like it has a familiarity with something that they did in the past or something, and it's a warm feeling, but we don't look back, we always move forward.
There's this is a bit of a personal question, but Let the Good Times Be Never Ending is just one of my favourite songs. And you can honestly feel, I think, a real kind of laugh when you play it.
Yeah. It's an amazing song to play live. That I mean, a lot better experience.
I feel actually I'm welling up a bit even talking about it.
Well, it was a hard song to record because it was all kind of it all came in bits, and it came over a long space of time. Actually took 9 months to write, but live it's always been like the most, from that album probably the one that people let themselves go the most,
and the big Hammond
and it's quite an extended instrumental breaks and stuff like that, which it's good for me to get dancing to. No, I don't sit down, I never sit down.
I did ask you on the email interview, California or East Anglia?
Oh well, it's so different. I mean, I do miss LA, but my situation in East Anglia is like so much. It's just like no comparison. It's like much better. Yeah.
Do you miss your old life?
Not my old life. I miss the weather in LA. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.